What's up? It's your boy D Change coming at ya with another Daily Dave. It's Thursday, April 9th, 2020, and by midnight Eastern, Final Fantasy VII Remake is like live and official. Though I think some people got it early, but it's now like legal to stream. So now I'm watching a buddy stream it, and I know a lot of my friends will be playing it. They're gonna disappear from this earth more than we all already have, and they'll be basically taking a nostalgia trip back to their childhoods. Now, from what I've heard, well, just for some context, I actually never played Final Fantasy VII, so I know that might be a shock to some people, and for everyone else, it might just be like I don't know what you're talking about. So it was a really popular game, um, like 20 years ago or so. When did the first one? When did the original come out? This is how bad it is. I don't know the details of like when it came out and all that. 1997, so more than 20 years. People have been waiting more than 20 years to like replay this in high definition and all that. Because when it first came out, it was on the original PlayStation, and everyone looked like shapes, like very polygonal. Like you hear about low detail graphics. Like this was when console started transitioning from like 2D to 3D. So PlayStation was considered ahead of its time for kind of like playing around with these like, great graphics and stuff like that. But, you look at them now and you're like, I don't know, these are like claymation dolls or something, or like even worse. So it was a huge deal, and I mean, even if like you didn't play it, you like, and like all your friends played it, you had some sort of influence from it. So like I know a lot of details about it. Like I like the aesthetics of that universe and that game. But yeah, just for some reason, like I guess I just, maybe it's because I didn't have a PlayStation. Um, yeah, I didn't even get a PlayStation 2 until like close to college or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, it's a big deal. It's a cultural icon in like the gaming community. And so actually like I would want to try it, but I'd have to get a PS4. So I don't know, man. I just heard that, Nintendo is gonna halt shipments of the Switch because pretty soon their supply chain is going to freeze. Um, so the end is near, boys. It kind of sucks. We're gonna lose out on a lot of things. I better buy those computer parts sooner rather than later so I can build a new streaming rig or something. Anyway, yeah, so it's out now, and it's like it's a big thing, and I know it's really emotional for a lot of people. And honestly, I'm really happy because it is just one of those things that I feel like is so important to a specific subset of people. It has its own whole universe and culture surrounding it, so it's really interesting. It's just unfortunate that I can't play it right now. I don't think I'm gonna buy a PS4 just to play it. Also, it only came out like it came out as like part one. And there's like two other parts to it, I think, because they want to take their time to make sure it's like really good. Square Enix is the company that makes it. So, but it's also like a huge game, I'm pretty sure. Like trying to recreate something of that. Like games are just so huge now, right? Like the other day I downloaded Call of Duty Warzone, and that's not even like a role-playing campaign game, and that was like 60 gigabytes or more. I don't know. Like games are so huge now because of all the like the videos and the textures, all the graphics and all that. So it's crazy. It's intense, but I've obviously enjoyed the seeing the rise of like the gaming industry and how on one hand like the amount of money that gets poured into it kind of lends to its legitimacy as an actual like respectable industry, and as business partners and as professionals working in that field. But at the same time, it's also just like certain problems get exacerbated. There's a lot of long hours. There's what seems like, rampant exploitation, toxic culture, and just a lot of stuff just like that requires change from within, so to speak. Um, but yeah, like it's because we're all spending so much more time at home. We have kind of a chance to see like certain platforms, industries, and products like excel because games have always been something that you could well, I guess like once games went online, because there was a very local aspect to video games in the past, and of course with like arcades and stuff like that, that kind of required people to congregate. But especially with the addition of like online gaming, um, just just the whole idea of like being connected to other people across the world uh, through play has been really interesting. And so I'm personally like, I'm just enjoying it. I talked about Valorant the other day. Today it's Final Fantasy VII, and there's just been a lot of. I just feel like this year specifically was kind of targeted as kind of like a high point or hype year for like online gaming in general. I mean, I feel like every year there's like big stuff going on, but I feel like people really wanted to launch some good stuff this year, and for better or worse, because of the situation we're all in now, they're really capitalizing on that. So it's been super interesting. Like Animal Crossing is the other one, the other game I wanted to mention, and yeah, it's I don't know, it's just cool. It's cool to just see stuff like this happen, and to kind of and to see people like study this field, right? Like the other day, a friend sent me a video about oh, what is he called? He's a guy who talks to he helps like he helps with gaming addiction. So I won't deny that like there are clearly potential problems in like gaming, being addicted to gaming, taking things too far. But I feel like that's the case with any sort of extremism. And so he's like I don't want to mistitle slash misattribute him, but like he seems to be like a psychologist or a teacher who specializes in game addiction. And so he's had a series of videos where he talks to big name streamers and gamers and really like talks through their problems and stuff like that. It was really interesting. I just felt like that's just, I mean, we're in this new age, right, where like this can become a legitimate profession for some people. It might not be like a huge profession because you still have to be at the top of the entertainment game or top of the competitive game to really stand out. But I'm sure there's a real societal problem of like like gaming addiction, especially when you're at a loss of like purpose, loss of job, loss of family, multiple reasons to kind of shut yourself inside, and gaming tends to be like an easy escape, especially since we have such like immersive games out there now. So yeah, it's just really interesting to see the growth of like one industry and its trajectory, and to see kind of the auxiliary relations through other industries, other professions, and whatnot. It's just like how counseling can basically go online. Telemedicine is another one, and just moving a lot of services into the internet era. And this has only accelerated that, right? Through like work from home and conferencing and basically just kind of rearranging everything. So that's going to take us into an interesting new world, so to speak. That's both full of potential, but also kind of scary because, it's like, what's going to happen? Are we going to be sure about certain things? Will some jobs return? Will they not? How will things work later on, etc.? When will the recovery be, etc.? So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy, but humans are adaptable. That's what we've been doing throughout our entire history. We've been establishing tribes and communities and civilizations and adapting to the times over and over and over again. And, you know, sometimes we lose some and sometimes we win some. So that's how it's gonna be. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good upcoming weekend. It's not the weekend yet, I guess, but hope you're doing great. And if you are streaming video games, let me know. I'll come stop by and watch. All right, have a good one. Peace out.